Hey Mark, how's it going?
Good. How are you today?
Good.
I like your hair.
Thank you, you smart ass.
So we got some numbers to go over for the viewers today for June. We added a couple extra columns. I think it was going to be benefit the viewers, give them some more information. It's going to tell some more stories, and we're all about stories to paint a true picture of what's going on in the real estate market, not a false picture. And the numbers don't lie. Okay. So,
Yeah, and the numbers, they're scaring me a bit.
well, transactions. I think it's considering where we are in the times where rates are, I think we're holding up pretty well in the marketplace. Considering we all thought it was going to keep going down, it's not. We know transactions are off double digits. That's been consistent throughout the year. Nothing new there. If we look back at some pricing last year, are numbers down? Yeah, I think they are 1 or 2%. Some, you know what I mean? I think they're holding up fairly well, to be honest.
No, I do too. It's just that last year was like a terrible year, and this year is no better.
It's not. This year's
Worse.
much worse, but the economic indicators are telling that.
Yeah.
Employment up, right? Is coming down, but cost of living is very expensive for a lot of people. There was this, I heard on the news from TikTok the other day, yesterday actually, we're saying in Canada, 1 in 4 people live in poverty. That's 25%.
Hmm.
25%. That's a big number, right? Then the next clip on there was Zelensky's wife buying a $4 million Bugatti car. Wow, I wonder how that sits with Canadian taxpayers. We just gave $5 billion to them there a couple weeks ago.
I know.
Man. Anyway, I don't want to get into that because that opens up.
Yeah, it just pisses you off.
Does really does. Yeah. So let's open up the spreadsheet and go through some numbers.
Here we go. So in June, sales 203, last year 262.
Okay.
We're down 23%.
Transactions, not price points, folks. Okay.
Transactions.
Okay.
Actives, we had 491 last year at this time. We now have 762.
Okay. Let's talk about that. Up 36%. So listings are up 36% over last year. That's a big number.
Yep.
So let's talk about that for a few minutes because, going through some numbers and getting inventory numbers and sales numbers and pulling up history, what I saw, the market is very competitive in a lot of ranges today. There's a lot of inventory. So I think if sellers are, have to look at everything to make really good decisions on the pricing end, because I really still believe the pricing is definitely wrong in a lot of communities because sellers are either don't have a grasp of the market and slash or the agents don't have a grasp of the market or digging deep, pull this onion back. So I really think people should really dig in there and say, hey, what's the best price for my property to sell? Because there's a lot of inventory and the
Well,
buyers.
there is. And another thing, I'm wondering if, the big mortgage renewal thing that everybody was talking about that was going to hit us is hitting us because I did a video last week that like $250 billion worth of mortgages are coming due in this year, 2024. But next year is even going to be worse. There's $310 billion worth of mortgages coming due. So, like, are people trying to get out now before it renews?
I don't know. Those people that bought 5 years ago, they got some equity still. I think they're further off ahead. Why would they make you know what I mean? A stupid decision in my mind would be to say, okay, yes, our payment's going to go up from where we got the rate, but if they went to rent a place, it doesn't make sense to me. That's
Well, I have people that are at 1.79 right now,
well, for sure, though. They're for sure. I mean,
and at 4, they can't do it.
right.
And it's higher than 4.
No, yeah. I'm sure I just wish we could, find a way to, well, we'd never know, but is some of that in the mix? Could be
It could
100%.
be. Yeah,
Do I?
that's the problem with these things. And I want to explain that to people because I've actually had people say, well, you're not telling us why this is happening. Well, Mark, we don't know why.
Well, it's up. There it is. The listings are up 36% over last year. There could be multiple reasons. Okay, that could be one of them. Okay, you know what? we're gonna downsize our house, we're gonna get something smaller, we're gonna move north. I've had clients this year that sold in Barrie and moved up north. They got their home, the dream home, they spent a couple bucks on it, we're done, we're staying there for good. Cost of living's cheap, acre 2 property, close to the water, under 700K. Can't find that anywhere here.
Well, and I have 2 or 3 that, yeah, the mortgage is coming up in January and we want to list.
Yeah, but and there's also other reasons too, like, you know, a lot of people are leaving Ontario. That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
discussion we should be looking at, and that's part of that. We could be seeing that cost of living is astronomical in Ontario.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
If people can work from home and remote, they don't need to stay here.
No, I know you can work from anywhere.
They can move to Kapuskasing and buy a house for $150,000 and be a mansion.
Yeah.
So there's lots of options in there, but you know, the market, where I'm going with this is the market, selling market today is very competitive. And if someone isn't looking at it like I am, I think they're wrong. I really do. When I'm seeing a 36% increase in listings, that's a lot of listings. Then when I break it down by categories and price point, what's selling versus inventory, it ain't good in a sense. So
No, yeah, we're gonna look at that too. So does this worry you or not? Last year to date. So this is halfway through the year.
Mhm.
1,280 total sales. This year we have 1,209. We're down 5.5.
it's okay. I don't think it's bad.
It's not horrible, right?
It's not horrible. We got to look at it from a year-to-date number versus a month number. And in the number in July, you know, it's typically, as we know, coming in, we're in July now, big holiday month for a lot of people. But the overall, I mean, that's not bad. We're down, considering where we were last year and where we are today, and things have changed so much. I think the turnaround's around the corner. I do, not in 2024, but in 2025. Yeah, I think we should see a little rebound in real estate sales.
Like it's not horrible, right? It's not great.
But
But
not at all, 5%, 5.5%. I can tell you right now, prices haven't come down 5.5% from last year. I'm gonna
no, so the average price right now, you and I both know we don't believe in the average price because you can have 1 or 2 numbers that skews it all off, right? Like either really low sale or, you know, 1 or 2 really high ones.
Yep.
But the average price was 788, 728 last year, and it's 791, 612 this year.
Right.
It actually went up.
Went up. Right. So, but yeah,
I know people that live by that average price, and I fight with them all the time about it, and I keep trying to tell them. I had one client every month would send me the average selling price per month. Oh, Diane, it went up. Oh, Diane, it went down. Like every month. And I'm like, buddy, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
No. Flipping irrelevant. Okay. So
it is.
Here's a breakdown, Mark.
Okay. Right.
So these are the average days on market.
Yeah, let's talk about those. So let's go one by one, and then because I peel back the onion on some of them, I'll tell the people how we got them. Again, 500 to 600 range, 10 sales. The average inventory on the market in that price range from 5 to 600,000 took 12 days to sell. Which, look at the low range.
Yeah.
So no big surprise, right? And active listings 16. So basically almost everything is selling. You know, even though we sold 10, but again, there's some crap listings in there that need extensive work. So, you know, everything sells in that range if it's decent. And, you know, the sales being at 15 in 2023 and 10 now, but you know, hey, listen, this 10 number could be a lot higher if we had more product and decent product in that range. Trust me, it will sell.
Yeah.
But so it's just, we don't see a lot of low price points in that ranges. So when we look at this, sales are down 33%. Yep, sure are. But this could be plus 33 if we had some more product in this range. You know, Barrie is an expensive market, right? It's not a cheap market like it was years ago.
No.
And I don't think it's coming down.
Listen, it's still, when people say that to me though, I get so angry because you go to Innisfil or you go to Bradford. Bradford is 15 minutes from here.
Yep.
And the prices are like 40% higher.
100%.
A nice townhouse there, Mark, is over $1 million.
Right. And what's in Bradford?
Nothing. I grew
Nothing.
up there. I grew up there, so I was born and raised there, and I can tell you what's there.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing.
You come up to Barrie, you got a beautiful waterfront that's, the city pours great money into it to keeping it that way. People love the community, use it, love it. I'm there every day. I
I am
love
too.
there.
If it's not raining, I'm down there.
100%. It's a gathering spot for a lot of people. So good. Okay.
Now, this surprises me. The 6 to 7, 34 sales, 52 last year.
Mhm.
And this is what shocks me is the 22 days on market.
Why is it shocking?
Because 5 to 6, we got 12. We went up 10 days and like,
The range went up too, though, right?
yeah, but I mean, some of these could have been at 610, 620, 630.
100%. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, and there was some, over market, not much over market price, sold over what the list price was. We're still seeing some of that in there, but again, that category 6 to 7 range is the range in Barrie that most can afford in a sense. And again, I really do think if we had more decent product in that range, we could. But let's talk about this for a minute too. We're also seeing some overpricing in the 6 to 7 range over the last few months too.
In some townhouses.
Townhouses, even some detail, more townhouses thinking, oh, it's worth that, it's worth this. No, or I paid $790 for it and I want $787 for it. Good luck, ain't happening. So the pricing, we look at Fairlane area, we look at that big cluster there done. We look more into Fernbrook with their higher price points, more in the 7 to 8 range. There's some product in that ranges, and some of the some of it's sitting, some of it's selling okay, but it's going to take some time to sell in those higher ranges. But again, 6 to 7, if there's more product, I really do think that number, that 34 could be a higher number.
So there's 74 actives.
Yes.
And we
Yes.
were down 35% in sales.
Yep.
So
Yep.
the 7 to 8 range, shockingly, 52 sales. It's the highest in the whole flipping thing.
Yep. Yep.
And 18 days on market.
Drop, I know. So there's some demand for that range, and there's some, what I noticed getting all those numbers and looking at, some were 2, some were 0, some were 4, some were this. There were some nice neighborhoods in there, and there were some well-priced properties too that sold in a couple days, right?
So can you also, since you did those numbers, was there a lot of new builds in there?
Yeah,
Like
there,
those townhouses or the new,
over in on Mapleview in
yeah,
Valleybrook.
yeah. Was
Westcliff.
was there quite a few of those?
And there was some sales that came out of there. Yeah, there was. And the valuations over there are holding up fairly well, right? They got a brand new townhome. Some of them have some really nice bedroom sizes, floor plans, which compared, if we can
Well,
put that area to a Fairline, it blows it out of the mark, blows it away in a sense of bigger kitchens, bigger bedrooms, bigger living space. You're paying more.
and some people want new.
Some people want new, 100%.
And they're
100%.
paying for it. Like they don't care.
They want new.
They
Yeah,
want new, yeah.
I like that area. I really do like that area over there. I like it. It's got that beautiful new high school across the road. It's in a short area. You've got good neighbors around. And what I
Close to
really,
the GO train.
it is, and what I liked about, I like the design. Like I like the layouts. Like, where we're seeing a mix of townhomes, like nice townhomes in there on the same street as mixed detached. Not used to seeing that too much in Barrie.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's helps for property values too.
Yeah.
I always like that. So again, there's some inventory though.
I was gonna say, yeah, there's still 119 active.
Yeah.
And we were still down 33% from last year.
Correct. Correct. And that's what we're seeing all year, folks. We're seeing that consistently. The numbers really haven't changed. We wanted to add in days on market to say, hey, what are we seeing in here? Okay.
Well, you know what's funny, Mark? Is that range has the highest amount of sales, the second lowest days on market, and almost the high of actives.
Right, so let's talk about that for a second. So if I was a seller today and I'm looking at this video, I'm going, hi, honey, we should, our house is listed probably in the 750 to 8 range. We're gonna say, we need to look at what's on the market. I'm
Yeah.
not saying price, don't price it on saying, but look at presentation ideas. There's lots of nice homes on that mark in that range, great presentation, shit presentations, iPhone pictures. How do you make your property stand out in that crowded space of 119 listings? So when we look at, 50, so 52, so let's just, it's maybe 30% of the inventory is selling without doing some math here, 35%. So what's the other 60+% doing? It's sitting there.
I was gonna say nothing.
Nothing. Why? So that's what a seller has to look at that approach today and going, hey, I don't want to be one of that 60% isn't selling. And people need to pay attention to that.
Oh,
And
for sure.
I just don't think many people are today.
Well,
And
and this to me, like the 8 to 9 range, 38 sales, days on market 23, 117 listings, 54 sales last year, down 29%, but shit, only 38 out of 117.
that's it. That's it. So again, there's some nice streets,
Jesus.
homes in that category too.
I
Yeah,
saw some coming up on the Prince William Way area, Mark, that were like really nice houses, really nice area in the mid eights and pretty deep, like nice size houses. And I'm thinking, holy shit.
yep. You can get 2,500 square foot 2-story in that price range today in good areas over there. And they sell quicker. They sell quick. I went through all the listings. They sell fast. Right. But when you're pricing a property maybe in a different area, I'm seeing the biggest sales are the 7 to 9 range, we're gonna say, Southeast Barrie.
Yeah.
And so you can't really, to be honest, you really can't find a real nice 7 to 9 range in at Southwest Barrie. Not like you can in East. I like, you just can't.
No.
Right. I see the odd one in Gerwood, but I don't like those streets in Westinger. Like, they're crap streets. So
They're really congested and
very much.
everybody's in there like I don't know, even the outside of the houses, the curb
Yeah.
appeal and stuff, it's nowhere
Yeah.
close.
Nowhere close. So, but Bay Shore is an attractive area, right? My client loved it, who bought Rochester, just loves the area, and I love it too, right?
Yeah.
It offers so much more.
So the 9 to a million, 13 sales last year, 28. Oh, this got to be wrong.
That's gotta be wrong. Yeah. That's okay. Forget it. Doesn't matter.
And average days on market 26.
Yeah, that is wrong. Sorry. Yeah. And again, so we see as we progress through higher ranges, less sales, right? But 26 days on market, not bad.
It's not.
Not bad at all. But when we look at the active inventory, right? So
Well, there's really it's 84, like it's not as bad as the other ones.
it's not. It's got some low inventory in that range, right? 26, that's what that's telling me. It's with, you look at 13 listings, yeah, it's sold, but we got, days on market 26, and there's lots of 9 and up to, that 9 to million range. There's
Is
some
there a lot of the 999?
not some, I see a lot of 950, 940, 930, 9, selling again in good areas. So
Mark, this was 53, 54% down.
yeah.
Because
So
it's more than half, right?
yeah. So I missed my math skills.
It's okay. I just
Everyone else-
figure going forward, we can.
yeah. Yeah. So if again, things in nice areas are selling well. That's going through every listing of sold in June, one by one. Good areas sell well. And I didn't see a lot of, again, I didn't pull all the history up there for days on market as I did when we go to the million category. We'll go more in depth with it. I wanted to see, because that's when I really track some guidance on it and kind of see, because it's a higher range and we know it's, it counts for a small part of the sales, but has a big, look at the inventory number, 24 to 199 active. Like, so.
Well, no, that's what I was just gonna say, but last year the sales still were only 37. We're at 24 now.
Correct. Correct.
Days on market 80
Correct.
and flipping 199 actives.
So 12% of the market, 12% of the price points in that range are selling. That's small.
That's really bad.
What is selling? Some on Crimson Ridge, some on Royal Park. Good areas, Diane, that are selling fast.
Yeah.
I peeled back a little bit and I have the whole list. Let me pull it up here a little bit. On most of those, when I pulled up the history on them to see days on market, because I went through every 24, all the listings that sold, I didn't see, there wasn't a lot of history. So they sold very fast.
Nice.
Good areas. But then I seen some on the market 365 days, 106 days, 158, 112, 160, 132, 97, 67, blah, blah, blah. Lots of those with consistent price changes down and relist.
Yeah.
There's a good chunk of them in that million and over category that the pricing is so wrong.
Well, yeah, and I think some people overpaid. And what you also have 70% of the inventory is priced over 700.
Oh yeah, seven and above. But that's all the inventory, right?
Yeah.
It is, and it's all here, right?
The $1 million, like, I mean, it is hard because I like I've seen some of those listings and some of them, like, they're done well. They're nice, but people just can't afford them, right?
You can't afford them. They can't qualify, right? But I know that range will pick up once we start seeing rates decrease, and we're not talking 25 basis points. That's just not even worth the discussion. We need to see a few points before that category really takes off. But
Yes.
you have nice property in Crimson Ridge area, boom, it's going to sell well. You're backing on the wood part. Yeah, you could be 1.4, 1.5.
Well, as long as as long as you price it right. Like I've seen some on Royal Park at 1.4, 1.5 and been there for a year.
Right. So, again, I keep saying this, don't get one agent. Oh, my friend's an agent. That's great, he's an agent, but who cares? Bring someone else in too to give you an idea. That's the important piece of the puzzle. I don't think many people are doing that.
No.
Right?
And who the hell would want to be listed for a year? I mean, when I've listed and sold you've done it. Jesus, you got to keep your house clean all the time. You got to leave all the time. You got to this, you got to, like, it's such a pain in the butt.
Ton of work. It's a ton of work.
It is a ton of work.
Yeah, I hate it.
I hate it too.
So if you hate it that much, then people need to start pricing it properly. Make sure that the presentation is dialed in, and make sure that you see a professional photographer show up for picture day.
Yeah.
Not your agent with his iPhone 15.
No, and you know what? In those $1 million properties, I do drones. I do everything. Like, not even, I do them on cheap ones too. I don't usually do them on townhouses because I find that a drone view of a townhouse, unless it's right near water or something, it doesn't do it. It doesn't help it.
It doesn't help it at all.
It makes it look tighter and smaller and shittier.
Oh, it does. It does. It does. It really does. Yeah,
I think we did a good job, Mark.
Job with that. The picture, some good numbers there. Look at the numbers, folks. Take your time. People are thinking of listing and selling. Spend the extra time in presentation. Keep engaged with the market. Keep watching our videos. We tell the truth. It's not bullshit.
And Mark, right now, like, I have a couple people and I went to one yesterday and I told him, like, don't even rush right now.
Rush and getting it ready so we can flick the green light mid-August. That's what I'll be doing.
Yeah, because honestly, it's bad right now.
It's normal though. This is holiday season. Now it's raining. This is holiday time.
It's pouring. It's pouring at my house. It just started there.
So you know, I have some stuff coming up too. Get it ready, get it painted, get it doing this, stay
Mhm.
in the market, what's going on, watch your neighborhood, watch what's selling. You know, that's, I can't stress that enough. So folks, if anyone wants more information on the Barrie Simcoe real estate market, reach out to Diane or myself, or has any questions or wants to see a property, et cetera, call us and give it a like, share, and follow for more information. Okay,
Perfect.
happy rainy day. See ya.
See ya.